Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. In the last episode, we prepared ourselves for the up-and-coming cleanse that Medjed promised they'd enact if we failed to meet their demands. With the cleanse pretty much now upon us, let's see what they're truly capable of, and see if Futaba will step into the plate like she promised us oh so long ago. So, with Chapter 4 now officially pretty much coming to a close, let's see how Chapter 4 ends and Chapter 5 begins. So, first things first is we actually can hang out with Yoshida and finish off Yoshida's social link. So, let's finally see how the Sun Arcanum ends up and honestly see how it honestly goes. Since honestly, we like this dude and I'll make sure to definitely say that.
Facing civic disorder and economic uncertainty, all the citizens are in turmoil. It is imperative that we resolve this situation, and social reform must be led by the government. However, who can the people currently depend on? Yes, the Phantom Thieves. The fact that they're being lionized is proof that the government is malfunctioning. The mismanagement by authority figures is what has led us to this terrible condition. Oh, Akira-kun, what kind of friends do you spend time with? You can withstand difficult times if you have friends who support you through them. Come to think of it, I haven't told you about what I aspire to do. I'm starting to uncover various behind-the-scenes situations. I want you to tell them all about them. Would you be willing to listen?
I feel like I can become closer to Yoshida thanks to the Sun Persona Suzaku. Feeling my bond with Yoshida will grow stronger soon. So what are you gonna do? You wanna hang out with Yoshida? Yeah, let's help him out.
Thank you. Let's talk before the speech.
Okay, see what's going on with Yoshida, and see how this finishes up.
A weekly magazine reported that Kuramoto is the real culprit in the fund's misappropriation case. Old man Kuramoto would likely be forced to retire from the political world. The police can't do anything because it was 20 years ago, but he was a moral obligation. I hear that his grandson Benzo resigned from the party as well.
Really? I didn't do anything with that one though.
It could be due to Matsushita's influence, or perhaps it's just the party's way of atoning. Now it's all up to me and my abilities.
When's the speech gonna start, Suke? We can't wait. Hey, look at that. People are actually wanting to see your speeches now, bud. And not just because of the Phantom Thieves anymore. Good on you, bud. You spoke right from your heart, and now people want to be around you. And honestly, you got what you wanted. The people's trust again.
To think that the people would be excited to hear me speak. The article mentioned I didn't want the real culprit to be named, even though I knew who he was. Apparently people admire me for having quietly accepted a false charge for 20 years. I didn't intend for any of this to happen though.
Your true self was revealed? You're going to be popular? Don't let your guard down. Let's give them something good to think about. Your true self was revealed. Yep, it was.
I appreciate that someone like you, who's been watching me so closely, would say such a thing. I've been struggling with the past 20 years, but I can put that all behind me after this election. Oh, look at the time. I should get started. Today will be the last day on request help from a Phantom Thief.
Oh, so he did have us.
I don't intend to meddle. Everything I've told you up to now has been based on assumptions, but if you're still willing to listen, then I think you should focus on your work, because the time is now. I can't think of anything else to teach you. You are now an expert on giving speeches. I taught you all I know about the art of public speaking, in return for your support, supporting a guy like me. And over time, you became someone who shared my beliefs. Thanks to you, I was able to overcome my crisis these last few months.
No problem, bud.
I would strive for the royal road of politics, thinking of you as you walk down your own path. But if you ever find yourself in harm's way, On your journey, I will be there to help you. We'll be comrades who reform this world together.
I feel a strong bond with Yoshida. Yep, and with that, the end of the Sun Arcanum. I am thou and thou art I. Thou hast acquired a vow turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion, and break thy yoke of thy hearts. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the Sun Arcanum, granting thee infinite power. And with that, rank 10 is finally here, and our final hangout with Yoshida, unless we can, take him somewhere to hang out for a bit. We probably can, but definitely for social link reasons, this will be the end of his social link. Arcana, Sun, rank 10, man of the people. Charismatic speech allows you to form contracts with a higher level shadows, which is really, really good. Your Sun Confidant has increased your max rank. You will now earn more EXP from Arcana Burst when fusing personas of the Sun Arcanum. And that also means that we can now recruit any kind of shadow that we see in the next, palace. So something like a level 45 persona that ends up being in the palace. We're allowed to have that now because we have charismatic speech. So technically, if I see something and I want to use it, it is now legal now. So I probably won't do that to just stay on the fact that I want to be an Arsene mostly Arsene only kind of path, but it is nice to have, honestly. Yoshida taught you how to use charismatic speech. With that, fusion unlocked. You can now fuse Asura, the most powerful persona of the Sun Arcana, which is honestly pretty good, which I believe is level 95 in this game. It's also in Persona 4, I believe in the same exact Arcana, which is kind of cool.
I'm sure you will accomplish everything you set out to do. Thank you for everything. Alright, it's time to begin.
Okay, let's see how his final speech goes. Yoshida's speech is about to start. I cut my date short so I could watch this,
Does anyone out there have something they aspire to do? I met a certain young man through a method that differs from mine. He was trying to reform the world. As you know, that is a very large mountain to cross. Unfortunately, I am unable to travel the same path as him.
Yep, sadly.
However, I will not say goodbye, because we will surely meet at the peak. He is desperately doing what he aspires to do. So I encourage you all, please find what is that you aspire to do, and I will support you, because that is what I aspire to do.
Way to go, Toronosuke. I believe in you. I feel like listening to Yoshida's speech has served to increase my charm. Here goes our final speech with Yoshida. And honestly, a pretty cool Arcana is now officially over. But honestly, we'll see him again sometime soon, like you said, at the peak. So, we'll see him again maybe in the future sometime. I'll listen to Yoshida's speech a little longer, and then head home. But with that, here we go, the cleanse. Tomorrow's the day, isn't it? Are the Phantom Thieves even doing anything? Hey, what are you gonna do? I should have never trusted the Phantom Thieves. What's going to happen tomorrow? Honestly, who knows? But something definitely is gonna happen. That's for sure. Because based on what Sainijima said, something happened to Medjed, so guess we'll find out. Today's supposed to be the day. Medjed's attacking, right? I guess there's nothing the Phantom Thieves could do. Medjed must have been too much for them. Stock prices are plummeting again. That doesn't really matter. Maybe Medjed's true goal was... who knows? But, well, stock prices are important, but... Well, it's not important to what we're doing, is what I'm trying to say. Isn't today our deadline for dealing with Medjed? Futaba's still asleep. This won't be good. Who knows?
Hey.
How's Futaba? Yeah, what's going on? Any news?
Same as always.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Today's the day. Long ago past. I do this every year. Here I go. Here, I've got to come for you too.
Oh, so this is Wakaba's death day. whenever that happened. I think it was a couple years ago. I think maybe 3. But I'm not entirely sure on that answer, though. But,
Futaba reminds me so much of her mother. She's a smart girl, doesn't just go with the flow either. Wakaba, your work and your kid were so fulfilling for you. Why'd you have to die so suddenly? That reminds me, you saw me talking to that prosecutor, that woman in a suit, right? Remember you were real bothered by it. She might come back, so guess I should tell you about it. That woman was trying to get information on Wakaba's research out of me.
Why?
That's what we learned here in the palace.
You don't need to know what the research was about. Just know there was some trouble around it. Obviously, Wakaba got dragged into that as well. Now, they ruled her death as but I've got my doubts.
Oh, really?
Doubts? Could she have been killed?
Supposedly there were people who wanted to take her research and use it for their own benefit.
Really?
Don't get me wrong, though. I don't have a lick of evidence. That's why I haven't told Futaba about any of this. I don't want to cause her any more trouble.
That's exactly what we were thinking, though. So, it's at least Sojiro has the same idea.
Sounds...
Oh, wait. Why did I do that? Sojiro, okay.
It sounds like she had suspicions of her own based on what she said in the palace.
Yeah, exactly. Futaba and Sojiro have the same thoughts. Something's definitely up then.
Still, there's one thing I regret. It was right before Wakaba died. She told me, thinking I might die.
Really? There's our proof.
Brushed it off thinking it was just a joke. But if I had just taken her seriously.
Maybe something might be different, maybe? But who honestly knows? I don't think thinking about that kind of stuff would really help them.
That's another reason I took Futaba in Redemption. She went through some horrible things. Those heartless adults just yelled at her and the poor girl. Hey, how do you heal emotional scars?
They'll heal on their own. I don't know. Just leave her be, I guess. They'll heal on their own, I guess. That's honestly the best thing I think I could say.
I agree. I'm waiting for it to happen now, but... Futaba?
Oh, she left her room. That's a surprise. I thought you didn't like leaving your room, and it was your tomb and everything. But it looks like... she's definitely back to how she used to be, I guess.
Oh, it's cold.
Huh?
You can't sell this.
Never mind that. How'd you get here?
I walked.
You're okay?
Was that bad?
That's not it. I'm just shocked to see you out of the house.
I'm sorry. I worried you.
It's alright.
While he's crying.
By the way, what's the date today?
It's the 21st.
8/21.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Medjed, you know the cleanse. We waited for you. Let's go the more nice routes. We waited for you. Yeah, we were waiting for you. So, we're waiting for our expert hacker and see what she can really do.
Oh, I remember now. Medjed.
Yep, Medjed is what we need to do.
Let's take care of it now. Come.
Okay, let's go and hang out with Futaba. So let's do this. Here we go. Medjed, I hope you're ready. But, let's see what's going on. Apparently some ATMs aren't working. I heard someone's tampering with the system. Is it Medjed? No, it couldn't be. What are the police doing? They're so incompetent. Even the Phantom Thieves couldn't stop them. Well, too early to say that. But let's see what Futaba can really do.
It's my turn to help out. Medjed, now how do we cook them?
It's up to you. Don't go overboard or eliminate them. Jeez. It's up to you. Yeah, you can pick your method.
Roger that. Hey Futaba, we don't have much time left, but are you sure you can do this? The kid you talked. This is a dream. I'm going back to sleep. It's not a dream. Get up. say something, Spooks.
He's a talking cat. Don't worry, I'll explain later. He's a talking cat. I guess that's all we need to say.
Right. Now hurry it out. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's get cracking.
Yep, let's do this.
You're just tapping away over there. Are you sure this will work?
You don't understand computers, bud. So don't go telling Futaba how to do this.
Hey, Futaba?
Oh, she's too involved.
I don't think she can hear me. Talk about some intense concentration.
Yep. Well, I guess we'll just wait.
This place is so messy. I'm surprised she can even focus at all. Futaba, you should really clean your room a bit.
Still nothing.
She's not listening at all. Oh well, just waiting around is boring. Let's clean up this place up.
Okay, let's clean it up. It definitely needs some work, let's be honest. Lots of trash, lots of newspapers, way too much stuff around. But this looks a lot better.
Phew. It looks a little better now, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Futaba, we're done on our end. Are you finished yet?
Nothing.
She can't hear a word I'm saying. Guess we'll just have to keep waiting.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll wait, though. It's all good. So, into the evening. Took all day, though, but looks like... Oh, she's done.
I'm done.
Good. That's honestly perfect.
What's up? Something happened? It's finished.
Oh, really?
Finished? What is? It's so clean. Why? We cleaned it. Anyways, is it true? Did you really take care of Medjed? I handled them, and someone else handled my room. I don't understand, but this is good.
Yep, definitely is. Oh, she's out again.
Futaba? Hey, Futaba, what's wrong?
Oh, she's out. Yeah, she's out again, but it's fine. Hopefully she's not out for another month again, though. Because she was sleeping for, 20-something days? So, yeah, definitely, oversleeping, but it's probably fine. She did do a lot of work for us, so I don't blame it.
She's sleeping again. Well, it looks like it's been taken care of. I guess we should get home and sleep, too.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we'll see you later, Futaba. Thanks for the help. But let's see what's going on outside. I heard the bank servers got taken over. That has to be fake, right? There's no way. I'm scared. What's going to happen? Are the police taking action? They're ignoring it, seriously? Still, I'm sure the Phantom Thieves will do something. Yeah, that is weird. The police didn't do a single thing about any of that. Surprised they didn't say anything. But let's see what's going on.
So Futaba's awake.
Awesome. And has Medjed been taken care of? Or, more importantly, how's Futaba doing?
She's back asleep. Yeah.
Seriously?
She must have been quite exhausted. I can't say I blame her at all.
If Medjed's been affected, it will surely make them the news. That should be enough to confirm whether or not the deed's been done.
Then, why don't we all just watch the news together?
Yes. We should meet up at LeBlanc as usual.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Okay. And then we'll wait for the news then.
We should be in the clear now, right?
Maybe. Guess we'll find out. So we just need to sleep on it and figure that out soon.
I don't know. Maybe it's better if we just stayed in today.
Yeah, probably. Let's see what the good old couch says, though.
Man, how can she stay so focused?
Honestly, good question. But with that, let's head on to bed.
Maybe we're just going to have to trust, Futaba. Let's get some sleep.
Yeah, let's sleep it off. See honestly, how Futaba did it. Because apparently, Medjed was taken care of, based on what we know from Sainijima. So, let's see what happens. Oh, what's this? Are you serious? No way. I can't believe it. This isn't a joke, is it? They lost? How could this happen? Good question. Who lost, though? I guess we'll find out. Although we already know, but still.
Hey, friends are here. Hurry down. What up?
There's Ryuji. Yep, that's definitely our friends. So, let's watch the news like we promised. See what's going on.
So you're finally up, huh? Don't slack off just because you're on summer vacation. You look so tired.
We just meet ourselves at home. Late last night, it was discovered that someone has tampered with the hacker group Medjed's website. The site's main page now displays what is thought to be the mark belonging to the Phantom Thieves. More so, the personal information of a Japanese man, a possible Medjed member, was illegally publicized. Oh, jeez, okay. So, because of the fact that they were all anonymous, I see that would definitely be a good hit on them. That's for sure. Because that would scare them, because they're literally anonymous. So, being able to find that kind of information is not easy. And that would definitely scare an anonymous group, I would think.
Huh. Aren't these the guys people have been up in arms about?
Yep. Medjed has yet to issue an official reply. Furthermore, their previously unannounced cleanse of Japan has remained unimplemented for now. Some speculate that they have taken this series of events seriously and ultimately cancelled their plan. Okay, that means down goes Medjed. Good.
Huh, what are you all smirking about?
Nothing. Something great happened. Something great happened. Yeah, that is indeed true.
Huh, well stop it. You're gonna drive away all my customers.
Gonna be honest there, what customers? We're literally old people here. After the commercial break, we will be asking guests from various fields about this turn of events.
Huh, well there ain't any customers.
Even Ryuichi had the same idea.
Huh, can't. My customers are on summer vacation too.
Maybe.
Oh crap, I just realized our break's almost over.
Oh yeah, summer's pretty much over, isn't it?
There are still 10 days left.
Oh, that's good, we still got 10 days. I want to go somewhere, but we can't just leave Futaba-chan alone. True. Some things still concern me too, like that research. Yeah, the cognitive science research. Definitely is a little interesting. We still have yet to find anything on it.
Oh, did you just get up?
Yep, she's all good. Good morning. Oh. Using us as a shield.
It seems she's still cautious of us.
Hey, why don't we go upstairs? If any customers come, she'll be even more afraid. True.
Huh, why don't you go, with them, Futaba? Have fun. It's about time the regulars show up anyway, so I don't want you guys loitering around my store right now.
Okay, fair enough. Very fair. Oh, here he is again.
The fact that there were no damages due to the hackers' actions is but an afterthought. The issue I want to make clear is the attitude of the police, and more importantly, the government.
What do you mean?
Are they doing their best to find an effective countermeasure against these phantom thieves? Is it not the government's duty to create a society where citizens can live without worry? Unfortunately, the current cabinet is powerless. As such, they should be disbanded. I believe now is the time for me to risk my political career in hope of making a new reality. A political system that goes beyond parties or factions, an ideal country of peace and order.
Wow, okay. Well, I honestly don't think you could do that kind of stuff if you're the way you are based on what we saw personally, but if you say so. This politician seems quite promising. I have to agree, I hope he can work to ease the anxieties of the elderly. He didn't say anything too good, honestly. What do you think, boss?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Don't blame me, Sojiro. He doesn't care about the news at all. That's why he didn't even know about the Phantom Thieves until, just recently, so, honestly, don't blame him. But, back to our interrogation room in the very, very near future. So, let's see what's going on, because we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year, so we're getting closer to wherever this has to be. So, we're only here for a year. We're until March, so we're in August. If that says anything, we're about, pretty much 5 months away from everything. So, or not 5 months, but you got next month for September, you got October, well, technically November, December, and then you have January, February, and March. So,
pretty close, about 7 months, give or take. Because, honestly, I'm not going to say where this is, but it definitely is near the end of the game, so I can at least say that. But, yeah, definitely interesting. But that's Chapter 5, here we come. So the Phantom Thieves only stole the hearts of Futaba Sakura, and Medjed was in turn defeated by her real-world hacking abilities. This does correlate to the facts as we know them. Okay, so you're starting to piece it together finally. If he's telling you the truth, then Wakaba Ishiki didn't, die to her own means. Did a third party target her life with the goal of destroying her research? Wakaba's death was 2 years ago. Okay, there's our proof. Okay, so it wasn't 3, it was 2. That also coincides with when the incident started occurring. Does this other metaverse user that Madarame and Kaneshiro mentioned really exist? Well, they gotta. Earlier, I briefly mentioned about those psychotic breakdown incidents that have alarmed the public. All of a sudden, people lose consciousness or become violent. A situation as incomprehensible as that can't be explained away as troubled social conditions. I suspect that these cases are all connected to a larger man-made plot. The method involved always muddled the explication, but your story has virtually confirmed its viability, although I wouldn't have expected a new criminal to come to light from your testimony. Well, we already said that a long time ago, but okay. What did your group think of this other metaverse user? Well, based on what Igor was saying, they have been tampering very heavily in the metaverse, and completely confirmed what everybody has told us up till now. Kaneshiro and Madarame, both confirmed just because of what Igor said. So, honestly, not so different from us, no. Unimportant, no. True criminal, gotta be. Based on what Igor said, they have to be the bad guy. So, we'll call him out. How self-centered of you. Well, it's true. The Phantom Thieves stamp her with people's hearts without asking consent, but we target bad guys. How is that different? Well, you already know, we target bad guys. So, honestly, we don't target normal, everyday people that are just doing their normal lives like the other person does. So, honestly, yeah, we're completely different. Well, no matter how you thought of them, there can be no doubting your resolve. Are those incidents because of you or someone else? Either way, I will get to the bottom of this. Okay, try it. I feel like my bond with Sai is growing deeper. Not really. She still doesn't trust us at all. But, I guess so. Prosecutor Judge, rank 3. Your judgment confidant has increased to rank 3. Yeah, it has. But here we go. Chapter 5. Now, let's move on to your next crime. Kunikazu Okumura. You should know who he is, considering what happened. Considering what happened? Your testimony regarding this incident will be very serious. I'm sure you understand why. Why? Answer my next question carefully. What did you do to this Okumura? Honestly, based on what you're saying, something bad happened? The summary of the story up to this point has been updated. You can read it in the story down below. Okay. Well, here we go, Chapter 5. Or, technically we're still Chapter 4. It doesn't become Chapter 5 until, Palace officially starts, but it is still, nice to know that Chapter 5 is now beginning, though.
To think that cognitive version of a person would transform into such a horrible monster and attack us. That means our enemies aren't limited to shadows.
I thought the other people were just victims, like the slaves at the castle or the walking ATMs. Even though they seem to be alive, they're only part of the backdrop, the environment. In other words, the palace ruler determines the form and strength of their cognitions. I would have loved to ask Futaba's mother how far along she was with her research.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but the real, cognitive version of her in the end only was around for only 10 seconds, pretty much. Not long enough for us to ask any kind of questions, just long enough for Futaba to see her mother again.
Huh, research, huh? She was looking into that cognitive science stuff, yeah?
If we put together all this information we gathered up to this point, abuse of cognitive science can lead to death, and it may even relate to the psychotic breakdown incidents. Considering the cognitive aspect, I sense a strong connection between it and the metaverse.
Yeah, honestly, it would make the most sense.
On top of all that, the research might have been stolen and used by someone else.
True, that is also the case.
You mean those guys that showed Futaba-chan the fake, death notes?
Yep.
If that is the case, those people are unforgivable.
And based on what we know, they're suits. So there's somebody in the government, because that's literally government people are known for wearing just black suits. I don't know what the owl is about, but it definitely is someone in the government, just because of the fact that suits are normally known for either the police or for government people. Or just could be an adult, you don't know. But it definitely seems more governmental based on them just random people showing up with a note. Because that makes no sense. And apparently it wasn't anybody related to Futaba based on what Sojiro was saying. So it's definitely someone with more power than we realize. That's definitely for sure. But that's it. That's all we can really figure out.
Hey Futaba, is there anything else you can remember?
Oh, there she goes.
She is quite difficult.
A little bit, but that's not a bad thing. Getting another little bit of food, I guess.
That smell.
Come on, no fair.
Hey, can I snag a bite?
Looks like a no.
Meanie.
Why don't we take a short break?
Fair enough. So what now?
I've been thinking, even if Futaba's a genius, could she really crush an international hacker organization that easily? The thieves, the ones who taunted the Phantom Thieves, was a guy in Japan. I knew the Medjed members in Japan weren't anything special, so I wasn't worried.
Oh, okay. How'd you know that?
How did you know that? 'Cause I'm the founder.
That would make sense, because of the fact that you're a really good hacker based on what we saw. So, that would make a lot of sense.
What do you mean by that? Should we take that literally? Yep, it was only me at first, back when I was referred to as the Hacker of Justice. But since I stayed anonymous, a bunch of guys from all over the world started using the name.
Okay, so it was literally just one person before, and now it's basically a whole group, but honestly, it was never meant to be a group.
And those were the ones committing cybercrimes. It was a hassle to expose all of them, so I just let them be.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Futaba was true Medjed, and we were freaking out over some weak-ass dipshits.
Apparently so.
You should have told us that from the start, Futaba.
I discarded the Medjed name a while ago. I'm Alibaba now.
True on that. I definitely don't mind Alibaba either.
Futaba, what do you want to do now? Since you know our secret, we'd like you to join our team.
That would be pretty cool. And we already gave her name out, so we already know what's happening. And because of the intro of the game, also, because I showed that when we first started the game, so I think it's fair for me to just say, yeah, she's not a playable character, but a support. And I even said it before, So honestly, yeah, definitely pretty cool. So we'll be definitely adding Oracle and her persona Necronomicon to our team as our real support, because Morgana is far from the real support. He's like Teddy from Persona 4. He's not the support. Rise, Futaba, and Fukum are the supports. But definitely cool though.
Okay. Just like that. This may even ensure our investigation of mementos goes along smoothly.
Yeah, true.
Well, I guess.
Well, Futaba's real amazing. She's gonna be a big help for us for sure, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Say Futaba, how did you find out about us anyways? Secret.
Oh, I guess no.
Where did you learn to hack? Private.
Probably Wakaba, I'm gonna be honest.
When did you obtain the nav?
Recent. I know that answer.
I refuse to answer. Futaba-chan sure is unique.
She is, but that's not a bad thing.
Still, it'll be a problem if she doesn't open up to us some more.
Probably. But that's not a bad thing, though, for sure. She just needs to get to know us, right? So it's fair.
At the very least, we need to be able to communicate normally with her.
True.
What should we do?
Yeah, let's get to know her. Perfect. She's okay as is. True, that one too. But we'll get to know her eventually, so let's get to know her. It's the only fair thing to do. She doesn't know us, and we're complete strangers to her, so it's honestly fair that she's, not completely friends with us, but she trusts us a little bit. That's the reason why she's even here. So, yeah, definitely let's give her some time and let her get to know us.
How? First we'll need to help her open up to us. If we each spend an entire day with her, maybe she'll get more used to being around us.
True.
I see. We do have the time thanks to summer vacation.
We can begin tomorrow.
Let's go to the beach. There'll be tons of people there. Plus, we got totally dried out in the desert.
True. We definitely didn't have a good time in that desert, but the beach does sound kind of fun with the whole gang.
That's a great idea. I forgot I hadn't gone to the beach yet. Excuse me? I'll come by tomorrow, so see you then.
Okay.
Let me help as well. I don't have anything planned.
Thanks. We can set up a schedule with everyone else, depending on which, and when they're free.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan. Well, what do you want to do, Futaba?
Can I really do this?
Good luck, or it'll be a disaster. Let's go nice. Good luck. Yeah, good luck, Futaba. You got this.
Why me?
You're a kitty cat. And even if you say you're not, you definitely act way too much like a cat than a human. I'll be honest there, Morgana. But here we go. Akechi and Sainichima again. Let's see what their thoughts are when, back in the past.
Stress is the enemy of beauty, you know?
How can you stay calm about this?
I understand how you feel. Thanks to the incidents with those hackers, people are calling us incompetent. And on top of all that, the Phantom Thieves are claiming justice is on their side. Don't make me laugh. Medjed was dealt with by either the Phantom Thieves themselves or some avid supporter. There are no tracks whatsoever, so they must be quite skilled. Either way, the general public recognizes the Phantom Thieves as the subjugating party.
True on that. But you will never probably figure it out, as we know, because you didn't have any proof, other than us having to tell you straight from from us. So, honestly, you were 5,000 steps behind Sainichima.
They're gaining supports and influence much faster than we could have anticipated. It is indeed an abnormal situation. I'm beginning to suspect mass manipulation of some kind. It's even possible that a powerful person is behind them, plotting these psychotic breakdowns.
Nope, not that.
If only I had realized sooner.
It's rare to hear you speak in that tone.
For the sake of my justice, I won't forgive them.
For the sake of your own justice. Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out what he means by that one, but okay. Well, let's see what's going on. And it looks like Futaba is now in the chat. Well, now we have all of our members for now. Ryuji, An, Yusuke, Makoto, and Futaba. And ourselves, of course. And Morgana.
Hey, I've heard some people talking about this, about us on the train home. They were saying how awesome they think the Phantom Thieves are.
I've heard things too. It's becoming a huge topic of conversation.
To be fair, the casualties from a Medjed attack would have been massive. It is no surprise they revere us for preventing it.
Good to hear he was close in though. Good to hear. Yeah, good to hear indeed. We're not gonna call out Futaba for taking too long, because honestly, I don't blame her.
Yeah, it's really all thanks to Alibaba. You were really a great help. It was nothing.
Oh, that reminds me.
Remember that stuff about ATMs and banks just stopping?
That wasn't Medjed, was it?
No, that was totally separate.
Oh, well that's good.
So people were overreacting to mere coincidences. Either that or these rumors were never true to begin with.
You seem to be quite talkative in these conversations.
Well, it's easier to talk via computer.
Is that true? So I'll just set up then.
I don't think I get it, but I'm pretty sure she's angry.
You gotta apologize, Yusuke.
Me? Why?
What? Hey, is this really going to be okay? I'm worried about how things will be from now on.
Don't blame me, Morgana. But I think we'll be fine. Honestly, just gotta wait it out.
Training Futaba is going to be a lot of work for more than stealing someone's heart.
Maybe, but it doesn't bother me at all.
Now that the Phantom Thieves. Now that's my Phantom Thieves. I knew they'd pull it off. This, definitely proves the justice of the Phantom Thieves.
You may be right. Yeah, true.
Right? It feels great. Even the guys who have been criticizing the Phantom Thieves basically have to accept them now. The news has been spreading like wildfire, too. I'll give it an extra boost, on my side as well. I bet the approval rating will be through the roof tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Okay.
Why is he, of all people, getting excited about all this? Well, the news really did draw a lot of attention. I can't wait to see what happens.
Same there, Morgana. Same there indeed. But, with that being said, I think we'll end off today's episode here. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And with Chapter 5 now pretty much upon us, we're ending off a really good chapter. And that doesn't mean that the next few chapters aren't good. It's just that I really like Futaba. That's the reason why this is my favorite chapter. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all in the next one. Keep being spooky, and peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.